for any time signal, the width defined as the mean square value and the in both domains, product of that should be greater than or equal to half. This we call it as uncertainty principle. Where did this come from? Physics, quantum mechanics, where Heisenberg uncertainty principle says the position of the momentum cannot be resolved better than this. So, the same formula, similar formula occurs here. So, we named it as uncertainty principle, and we also borrowed the name Heisenberg uncertainty principle. Okay. So, using this, the minimum value of this would be equal to half, and which is the function which has a minimum value? We said Gaussian function has the minimum value. So, if I take Gaussian function, and then this Gaussian function can fit into this. Right? And what is the difference between this Gaussian function, or this Gaussian function, say this one and this one? This function with respect to this function delayed by a time equal to this, and the frequency content of this is modulated by this much amount of frequency difference. So, it's the same Gaussian function, if you multiply that, like what I did in the beginning, that if you take the Gaussian function GT and multiply by e to the power of j omega naught t and delayed by 0 t, this fits into any one of those slots. That is a delayed function and this is a modulated function. So, by doing this, I am able to fit this function at any point in this. And since the Gaussian has the minimum delta t delta f, that will give the best resolution that is possible for me. So, one solution to this would be to get a better resolution both in time and frequency, to use these orthonormal functions as Gaussian functions of this nature. So, this was found out by Gabor. And Gabor called this as wavelets. So, these functions are known as this family of these functions for different value of t naught and different value of omega naught are called the Gabor wavelets. So, now you express this function as orthonormal expansion in terms of the Gabor functions. So, I am now breaking this original f of t in terms of Gabor wavelets having some value of a n correspond to each one of the wavelets. So, a particular wavelet corresponds to particular omega naught and particular t naught occupying this position. The amplitude of this will tell me importance of this compared to some other point. The energy content in this is represented by a n square. So, if a n is very large, I can put a very dark, I can darken this compared to some other one which is not very high amplitude. If I look at the diagram immediately, I say that this first one has more energy for this frequency and for this time, and so this part is important to me because this is all the information corresponding to the signal here, both in B and T domain, which is not true here nor here. So, this has led to a new theory called wavelet expansions. So, now there is no reason why it has to be only Gabors. you can be empty number of wavelets. So people started studying this wavelet way of representing time functions which are band limited and time limited. Gabor also did 5 more minutes because the last 15, half an hour. Maybe another class or what? Okay. What Gabor did is, you took the same Gaussian function, you take g t and you make g alpha t. Then what happens? It spreads in time domain if alpha is greater than 1, and then it kind of spreads or sinks in the omega domain. So I can change the shape of this. I can elongate it and decrease this, or I can elongate it and decrease this. This is what known as dilation. So you can dilate the Gaussian function. You can shift the Gaussian function. You can shift the Gaussian function to any frequency you want by multiplying by e to the power of j omega naught t, so that you fit that Gaussian function into any position you want with whatever size you want, right? So that is the beauty of this wavelet expansion, and empty number of wavelets have been found out. As usual, whenever we do something, we look back and suddenly we find, this was done much before. And this wavelet concept came in 1910 by Haar. So he is the originator of this concept of representation of signals like this. So there is Haar wavelets, Gabor wavelets, and empty number of other wavelets to represent this. So now putting it other way around, if there is a signal and I want some features of the signal more to be accentuated, I find out the right set of wavelets so that some features of the signal are more visible to me. For example, medical signals, biomedical signals. Certain things will be representing a disease maybe. So you want to accentuate that, and that disease information falls in some slot here. I want this slot to be accentuated. So I will use a particular set of wavelets so that that is accentuated and visible to me more clearly. Because of the special advantage of the wavelets, now wavelet theory has become a very, very exciting area, and today this is the most exciting field in the signal theory. Okay?